Hi guys, welcome back to my new movie review on my channel. Today I'm here reviewing Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle from 2017. So yes, this movie took place years after the events of the first movie from 1995. That's right. From 1995, that's right. This movie has many actors. It's Karen Gillan, Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black. Jack Black, that's right. Oh. Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, Nick Jonas, Bobby Cannavale, Alex Wolff, Madison Eisman. I revealed an actor in one of the movies I just watched, which was Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. That's right. Oh, Raz Darby, Nigel Billensblade. That's right. Morgan Tuna, Sarah Darius Blaine. Morgan Tuna, that's right. So, Dwayne Johnson plays Dr. Smarter Bravestone, an archaeologist. An archaeologist from the Moana series who plays Maui. He's like a zoologist, that's right. I mean, he's an archaeologist who has speed, climbing, and boomerang, motor intensity. He has no weakness, that's right. So Kevin Hart plays Moose Finbar, a zoologist. Studies animals, that's right. Oh. Jack Black plays Professor Sheridan Oberon. Yeah. A professor has archaeology, paleontology, and critical geography. His weakness is endurance. Okay. Valley Karen Gillan plays Ruby Renhouse, Killer Mad, whose strengths are like karate, arcade, and dance fighting. This is Venom, that's right. Oh. Oh. Come on. So this movie is nothing like the original movie. Yes, nothing. No, nothing like the original movie from 1995. Remember in the original movie, Jumanji was a board game? This movie, Jumanji, is more like Nintendo Switch, not stuff. It's like a video game. So without further ado, let's get into the plot of the movie without getting further away. So this movie begins 1969 when we meet Alice's father, Mr. Freak, who finds the video game of Jumanji in the beach. Because remember in the ending of the original movie, we saw the video game of Jumanji in the original. We saw the video game in the beach. That's right, the board game. We see the drum beats happening. So Alice's father gives the video game of Jumanji to his son Alex Freak, played by Nick Jonas. That's right. So Alice isn't very interested in the game of Jumanji since he likes video games. So he leaves the game aside and he continues to play the video games. That's right. Oh, yeah. So later during the night, the board game of Jumanji turns into like Nintendo Switch video game. So then now Alex gets transported into the game of Jumanji. He gets transported. Oh. Put it into the game of Jumanji, So then now, years later, in 1992, I believe, we meet Spencer Gilpin, who's a fan of video games, and I showed that he was working on an essay which he copied on from his friend Anthony Fritz Johnson. So Anthony Fritz Johnson arrives to meet with his friend Spencer because he has been tutoring him. And so Spencer and his friend Fridge meet up at the Freak House. Anthony, that's right, which is his best friend, that's right. At the Freak House, and so shown out the Freak House was shut down, was closed down after like 20 years because abandoned, because Alex got transported into the game of Jumanji. So that's showing that everyone in Brantford has known about Alex Freak and about how he disappeared into the game of Jumanji. They all know him, Jumanji. And so we meet Alice's father, who's like a very strict father, that's right. So he warns Spencer to stay away from his house, and then meanwhile we meet Bethany Walker, played by Madison Iseman, an actor which I recognized from Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. Again, I didn't really like that movie, that's right. Oh. You know, Bethany is very interested on her phone, and as she always texts on her phone and that stuff. So in school, we see that Bethany gets in trouble after she makes a call on her phone, so she lands in detention from her teacher. So in PE classroom, we see that Spencer is hanging out in PE classroom, and so now we see that Marva Capley isn't really participating in the PE activity, so she also lands in detention. So now Spencer and Anthony are both called to the principal's office where they're confronted for copying each other essays, so they both land in detention. So all of them were in detention, and so now in the basement, they found the board game of Jumanji. The video game of Jumanji, the Nintendo Switch. So now they all pick their avatars. So Spencer chooses Bravestone. Anthony is Moose Finbar. Bethany chooses Professor Jordan Oberon. Oh, wow. And so Martha, however, chooses Ruby Renhouse. And so now they all get transported into the game. And so now Spencer has become an archaeologist, which is Dr. Smarter Bravestone, played by Dwayne Johnson. So now, okay. So Anthony becomes Moose Finbar, a zoologist. Buffy becomes Professor Jordan Oberon, played by Jack Black, a professor who is like a professor who studied gimmicks. That's right, like paleontology, archaeology, and cantology. That's right, cantology. And now finally, Morpha has become Ruby Roundhouse Killer Man, played by Karen Gillan. That's right. Whose skills are like karate, kati, and dance fighting. That's right. So that meet Nigel Billingsley, a non-playable character who explains to them that the game of Jumanji is endangered, that they're counting on 4 of them to lift the curse. So now we learn that Professor Russell Van Pelt had stolen the jewel from the Jaguar's eye a long time ago, that they must save the game of Jumanji. So now the game of Jumanji, Braveston and his allies realize that each of them have 3 lives, and that if they lose all 3, it is game over. It's now. So while they're climbing on a mountain, Spencer and French are arguing about their friendship and that stuff. And so now while Spencer and French are arguing, French puts Spencer off the cliff until Spencer ends the fight, saying that they need each other. And that if they must do this together. So now in the temple, they're being confronted by Professor Roshan Van Pelt and his allies. So I also forgot to mention, in the original Jumanji movie, Van Pelt is a haunter. So this movie, Professor Roshan Van Pelt is a professor who saw the Jaguar's eye from the stone a few years ago. Where's eye? Fuck are you? Yeah. And so they meet a player who is Captain Seaplane McDonald, played by Nick Jonas. And so they realize that he is Alex Freak, the boy that got transported into the game of Jumanji in 1969. The boy that got transported at the beginning of the movie. They realize that he has been in the game of Jumanji for almost about like 20 years. Yeah, he's been in the game of Jumanji for like 20 years, guys. Can you believe that? He's been in like the game of Jumanji for like 20 years. This guy didn't even realize that he's been in the game of Jumanji for almost about like 20 years. For 20 years. So Alex tells them that he needs their help of them to help him get out of the game of Jumanji. So now Bravestone, he was Spencer, that's right, and his allies, they come up with a plan to sneak to distract the guard so that they can get a plane and not stuff. And so Morpher, who's Ruby Roundhouse, attacks the 2 guys and so they steal a plane. So French accidentally drops the jewel and they find it out of the rhinos as they grab the jewel, and then Alice is about to die because he got bitten by a mosquito. Now Bethany saves his life. That's right. Saves his life. And so now Spencer, and so they're all hanging out, and so now they're finally completing the last level of the game of Jumanji. Now they must retrieve the jewel back to the Jaguar's eye. So Russell Van Pelt and his henchmen arrive, and so so Spencer and his friends, they retrieve the Jaguar's eye back to the Jaguar's eye, the jewel back to the Jaguar's eye, and they shut the game. They shut the game. They shut the game Jumanji! So now the game has been restored. And so now, Nigel comes and congratulates them for all completing the game. So now, each of them shake their hands and so then they all get back home. So now back in school, Spencer and his friends have returned back to their original form. So we're glad to see each other. So wondering where Alex is, Alex Freak. It's now shown that history has changed. But Alex Freak, remember the house at the beginning of the movie? His house changed. His house used to be a creepy haunted house at the beginning of the movie. So at the end of the movie, it says that his house has become a big house with like Christmas decorations and that stuff. A Christmas, that's right. So Alex meets them up again. He says that he's been waiting a long time to meet them. Says that he named one of his daughters Bethany after the girl who saved his life. That's cool. Spencer and his friends had arrived after they had spent the time in the game of Jumanji. So now Bethany begins to care for other people than herself. That's right. So they hear the drum beats of Jumanji and then they smash the game. So that's how the movie ends. And so what do I think about this movie? I love this movie. I love Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle from 2017. I love it. I thought this is a great sequel to the first Jumanji movie. A great sequel. I like all the characters in the movie. I like how they become first as normal human beings and then they become avatars in a video game. That's so cool, man. I love it. Yeah. Oh my god. I like how Spencer was Bravestone. Spencer was so cool being Dr. Smarter Bravestone. He was being so cool, man. He was awesome. And so, like, the movie's so cool. And also, like, the backstory of the movie with the antagonist, Professor Rachel Van Pelt, and, like, his henchman. And so, like, the song's a movie, but everyone was like, welcome to the jungle. Yeah, that song, man. And I also thought the soundtrack of the movie was really nice. And so, like, the story in the movie. The story in the movie is so cool, man. It's so cool, man. And also thought the special effects in the movie were so nice. But the visuals in it looked cool. Thought the editing in it looked really amazing. I thought the background of the movie was so amazing. I thought the direction in it was really nice. I also like all the action scenes, all the CGI now and stuff. All the action scenes were so iconic. I thought the CGI in it was so like nostalgic. That's right. I also thought all the settings and locations in the movie were so amazing. And finally, I also thought the final battle of the movie was so iconic and so classic. And finally, thought the end of the movie was so like phenomenal and so creative. So that's why this movie gets 10 out of 10. So that's my movie review on Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle from 2017. So thank you guys for joining my movie review on Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle from 2017. So don't forget to like and comment and share and subscribe to my channel. So I'll be seeing you guys for next time and goodbye everyone. See you soon.